If you've ever sat next to your partner and felt lonelier than when you were alone, this video is for you. Because intimacy doesn't usually disappear overnight. It fades quietly, subtly, and painfully slow. One day you wake up and realize the hugs feel different. The conversations feel forced, and the spark you once took for granted feels like a distant memory. And the worst part? Most couples don't even realize intimacy is gone until emotional distance turns into emotional damage. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know the exact signs intimacy is fading, and what you can do before it's too late. Before we begin, hit that like button if you care about your relationship, subscribe for honest relationship truths, and share this with someone who needs clarity right now. One of the earliest signs intimacy is gone is when physical touch becomes rare or awkward. Not just sex, but the small things. Holding hands, leaning against each other on the couch, a spontaneous hug in the kitchen. When touch disappears, it's often replaced by distance, and that distance slowly becomes emotional walls. You may notice your partner pulls away when you reach for them, or touch feels mechanical instead of warm. And what hurts most isn't rejection, it's feeling unwanted by the person who once couldn't get enough of you. Another powerful sign is when conversations lose depth. You still talk, but only about logistics. Bills, schedules, kids, work, what's for dinner. What's missing is curiosity about each other's inner world. Feelings, fears, dreams, struggles. When intimacy fades, communication becomes functional instead of emotional. You stop opening up because it feels pointless, unsafe, or exhausting, and slowly silence replaces connection. You may also notice that laughter fades. Inside jokes disappear. Playfulness turns into seriousness. The relationship begins to feel heavy instead of light. When intimacy is strong, couples laugh even during stressful times. When intimacy is gone, even good moments feel awkward. You stop teasing, stop flirting, stop feeling joy in each other's presence, and instead feel tension or indifference. Another painful sign is when conflict turns cold instead of caring. Healthy couples argue because they care. But when intimacy fades, conflict turns into avoidance. You stop fighting because you stop trying. You'd rather stay silent than resolve anything. You walk on eggshells, suppress feelings, and choose emotional shutdown over emotional risk. And over time, resentment builds quietly like rust on a relationship that once felt unbreakable. One of the clearest signs intimacy is gone is when sex becomes rare, rushed, or completely absent. But more importantly, when there's no conversation about it. It's not just about frequency, it's about desire, passion, connection, emotional closeness. When intimacy fades, sex becomes something avoided, transactional, or non-existent, and instead of addressing it, both partners pretend everything's fine while feeling rejected inside. Another sign is when you stop feeling emotionally safe with your partner. You no longer share your fears, struggles, or vulnerabilities. You censor yourself. You hide parts of who you are. You feel misunderstood or invisible. And instead of turning toward your partner when life hurts, you turn inward or outward to friends, screens, work, or isolation. Emotional safety is the foundation of intimacy. When it's gone, love feels lonely. You may also notice that appreciation disappears. Thank yous fade, compliments stop, effort goes unnoticed. When intimacy dies, partners stop seeing each other's sacrifices and start focusing only on flaws. You feel taken for granted, unseen, unvalued, and the relationship slowly shifts from we're a team to we're roommates. Another subtle but powerful sign is emotional numbness. You're not angry, you're not sad, you're just indifferent. You stop caring whether your partner texts you back. You stop missing them when they're gone. You stop feeling excited when they walk into the room. Indifference is often more dangerous than conflict because it signals emotional detachment, the quiet killer of connection. You might also notice that your partner feels more like a stranger than a soulmate. You no longer feel known. You no longer feel chosen. You feel tolerated instead of desired. And instead of longing to be close, you feel relieved when there's space. That emotional distance doesn't mean love is gone, but it does mean intimacy is. Another painful sign is when you stop planning a future together. No shared goals, no excitement about tomorrow, no conversations about dreams, growth, or building something meaningful together. You start living parallel lives instead of a shared one. And slowly the relationship shifts from partnership to coexistence. One of the biggest signs intimacy is gone is when you feel lonely, even though you're not alone. You sleep next to someone yet feel emotionally abandoned. You crave connection but feel invisible. You want closeness but feel rejected. And that loneliness inside a relationship hurts deeper than loneliness alone. Now here's the truth most people don't talk about. Intimacy doesn't die because of one big event. It fades because of small disconnections left unhealed, unspoken hurts, unmet needs, missed opportunities to listen, moments when one partner reached out emotionally and the other didn't reach back. Over time, time those moments stack, and connection slowly erodes. But here's the good news. Intimacy can be rebuilt. If you're watching this and recognizing these signs, it doesn't mean your relationship is over. It means it's asking for attention. Healing starts with honesty, with vulnerability, with choosing to talk instead of withdraw, touch instead of distance, curiosity instead of assumption, effort instead of comfort. If intimacy feels gone in your relationship, start small. Ask how your partner is really doing, and listen without fixing. Offer affection without expecting sex. Express appreciation without needing recognition. Share your feelings instead of suppressing them. Intimacy isn't rebuilt through grand gestures, it's rebuilt through daily emotional presence. And remember this, relationships don't fail because people stop loving each other. They fail because people stop feeling loved by each other. Intimacy isn't about perfection, it's about connection. And connection is always repairable when both hearts are willing. If this video resonated with you, hit the like button. It helps more people find clarity. Subscribe for honest relationship advice that actually heals. And share this with someone who needs to hear it right now, because the right words at the right time can save a relationship. You deserve love that feels safe, warm, and alive. And if intimacy feels gone today, it doesn't mean it's gone forever. It means it's waiting to be rebuilt.